Thanks for waking up with us on Acadiana's Morning News. Rob Kirkpatrick with Bernadette Lee. We have in studio Major Eddie Thobodeaux from St. Landry Parish Crime Stoppers, and I'm going to get to him one second, but I think he will agree with why I'm going to put him off for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
I've told you before.
Yes.
There aren't many things that get me emotional.
Uh-oh. Are you going to, cry?
Every once in a while, my girls do something, and I'm like, can't believe I created that. But, but soldier surprises.
Oh, yeah.
I could watch them cascade all, on YouTube, one after the other. Well, there's a new one that's out there. We're going to start posting them on KPEL 965.
I love that.
Just in the morning. It's a great uplifting way to start your day. A woman in Ohio who started chemo at the beginning of the month. Was kind of down in the dumps. It had been almost 2 years since her son, who's a Marine, has been home. He poses as a doctor.
No.
And he's kind of hurrying her along because she's trying to talk to him about her treatment. And he's like, I have a lunch appointment I have to get to. And she was sort of like, okay.
That's kind of mean,
whatever.
Yeah.
And then he takes his mask off. It's her son. So anyway, we're going to have that up momentarily. KPEL965.com. We're going to share it on our Facebook.
You find very cool stuff. That's
what
going
I
to make
do.
my day right there.
Let's just say it's being a YouTube expert is not a very big compliment. I need to have a lot of time on my hands.
I have no comment.
As I said, Major Eddie Thobodeaux, St. Landry Parish Crime Stoppers, featuring another crime last night you had started telling us about last week, but involving a big Tex trailer that was stolen in Opelousas, I believe, right?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Well, I checked myself out of the hospital after the beating I'm taking in the court of Facebook law,
Well, okay.
Just come to this court.
Oh,
This is the
I
best
love
court.
y'all. I woke up this morning, I was like, how can I break this out? I said, I called Rescue 911 last night.
Rescue 911, we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Still one of my favorite, if I could watch an Unsolved Mysteries, those two.
Oh, my God. Really?
I love them.
They
Alien
actually,
encounters, all that stuff.
They actually aired in Eunice one time. We
Really?
have one of our main highways is Laurel. We call it Lake Laurel because as soon as it rains, it goes up to the headlights. And there was a little drainage for the road, and some kids got trapped in the drainage.
Wow!
And one of our policemen and I forgot the other person. They stopped by and they actually rescued the kid out of the drainage. So they actually came for the production crew.
Wow.
I never knew. That's great, though.
Me neither.
We'll have to dig that up from the archives, see if we can find that.
I bet that'll be on YouTube, Mr. Expert.
Hey, everything is on YouTube, so don't do anything crazy.
Thank God that didn't happen in my generation.
So we're still looking for this silver F-250. Well, the person driving it wasn't the truck that committed the crime, but the person driving it. Silver F-250 truck. Where are you on the investigation right now?
Well, we're still looking for it. We've got some good hits and shares on it. We're still, we recovered the trailer thanks to the deputies of the department and again Trooper Brady Johnson. But we also looking for all the other stuff that they stole last year. He's still missing. Yeah, they recovered the trailer. But he's missing $15,000 worth of other stuff. So it wasn't just a trailer. It's just continually hitting this guy for trailers, tools, wire and harness, stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's just supposed to magically replace that. Gosh, what a bind. That's just a tough situation to be in. So, whenever deputies are going out and they're working on these particular cases, how important is it that you get those tips to the Crime Stoppers line?
You would not be, you'd be surprised of the littlest tip that can solve something. The other day, when I left here, we posted a attempt to identify some suspects on the website in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes says, I think I know this person, and we're still working on it. If you think it's not important to you, like we said last night on the Crime Stoppers video, that could be the tip we're waiting for. Anything that is out the ordinary. Y'all are the best people out there. Our patrolmen can't be every place at every time. You know who's supposed to be in your neighborhood. You know which vehicles. Any little thing that you can think of, just call us. You're not bothering us.
And you may think, like you said, that you see something and you don't think anything about it, but you don't have the perspective of a sheriff's deputy maybe who thinks about things completely differently. They're thinking about that in terms of this case, that crime, and y'all are obviously very trained. So that one casual thing that you see can be that one thing that breaks or solves the case.
Just the vehicle was somewhere, you never saw this vehicle before. And that could be, that could be the red truck we're looking for, or the white or the silver truck we're looking for.
Major, let me ask you about the anonymity for someone that calls or it otherwise gives a tip. People who are phoning these in, they remain anonymous, and if they choose not to, okay, that's their choice. But I think sometimes people may hesitate because they're worried. Hey, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get involved. But they are anonymous.
I can promise you this: we do not have a caller ID. In fact, when you dial the 948 tips number, it actually goes to a call center. Mm-hmm. They give you a number. It's a special code number. They then they email us the tip, and it used to be back in the day that you had to call in through tips, through 911. Through Crime Stoppers. It doesn't matter now. We've just solved a motorcycle that was stolen, and the Crime Stopper board, they're going to, of course, look at how much the bike was worth and, was an arrest made, and he's going to make upwards to $200.
Nice.
So it's anonymous. Then actually the process is we will we'll give this guy a number, and we actually call the bank and say, this is the number this guy will pick up. We don't ever ask the person if he don't want to give us his name.
Nice.
And I think a lot of people, like you said, wanting the anonymity, concerned about going, what they're really doing, but they're just improving the community that they live in. Mm-hmm. Like you said, if you see a car that's not normally somewhere, or if you see a car that's not there that's normally there, or if lights are on in a house in the middle of the night, just any little things. And I think the Crime Stoppers video that you do, especially with our partners over at KTC, really just put it right in front of you. So maybe if you've seen this F-250, it looks like there's some sort of lift on the truck. I mean, it's a big truck that came, and like you said, where it wasn't even fenced in. He pretty much just pulled in, drove off with it, right?
Broad daylight right after closing.
Wow.
Well, we posted on our Facebook page. If you search for KPEL News, you'll see the Crime Stoppers video from last night. I also want to talk about the men and women who were behind you. You talk about the real Crime Stoppers, those who are taking the charge, those who are answering the phones, those who are finding people. We've sort of seen this before, but tell us about them a little bit. I mean, are they really on this mission, too, to solve these unsolved crimes?
We've got a lot of great comments. I'm talking last night. Of course, Trooper Brooks David.
Oh, yes.
He called me. We have had retired judges, active judges, say, and of course our patrolman in our detective division said, it's great to see you put out the real men and women of law enforcement. Like I said, it's a big misconception that we go out as spokesmen and fight crimes. Mm-hmm. These guys work holidays, days and nights, miss family outings, on Christmas instead of being with their kids. They're out there trying to solve the crimes and stuff. So it was I guess some people on Facebook misunderstood what I was trying to do. They were trying to say, well, it takes 4 people. These are the men and women that will take your report in your neighborhood, patrol your neighborhood, and they don't like crime in their zones. Mm-hmm. So they're going to take your report, and they're going to be on Crime Stoppers. And next week, we're going to do another officer. Mm-hmm. And he is going to be the person that takes that report and says, I don't want crime in my area, my zone, and I'm going to do everything I can to solve this crime.
Mm-hmm. Well, Major Eddie Thobodeaux, if the court of public opinion or the court of Facebook opinion had any weight, you'd be doing this interview with me at Angola, because I'd be on death row. So good luck with it. Keep on pushing on with what you're doing. Keep us up to date. Again, you could see the crime they're working on right now, which is a stolen Big Tex trailer from Opelousas. Looking for a silver F-250, still out there. Well, you have something else?
One guy, our next errand is probably going to be the one in the 97-year-old veteran from Eunice. But we're also looking for a Gregory Joseph Eskine Jr.
Okay.
From Amesbury Drive in Lafayette. On January this year, 3 subjects armed robbed a Cormier's Cormier's country store, rather, in Cankton. So if you go to our Facebook page, St. Leonard Crime Stoppers, you'll see his pictures and his address and stuff. So we're looking for this armed robber.
Looking for that person, too. We'll help with that.
The link is all right there. Go to Facebook, search KPEL News, and you can see it all right there.